YouTube, it's Mindy again. This is part 2 of mine and Carolyn's coming out story. Ginger just had to be a part of it because she was in part 1, and she's a little movie star. She likes being on camera. Isn't she cute in her little hoodie? She's so cute. I love my Ginger. Anyways, where I left off was the week that Carolyn asked me to be with her, and now it comes to our kind of being outed story. That following weekend, we convinced her mom and dad to let her stay with me at my house, since I had stayed all weekend with them. So they agreed to it, and so anyway, she stayed with me and my grandparents, and stuff ended up happening again. Of course, I do realize that we were 16 years old and it was my grandparents, like roof over my head, and I had to go by their rules. But you know, I loved her, so anyways, we were messing around in my room and everything, and my grandma kept calling me into the living room. She's like, what are you girls doing in there, blah, 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 and I was like, nothing, we're not doing anything, we're just watching TV, you know, and stuff like that. So I think that she had a clue, like, what was going on, but I didn't have any idea that there was a little crack in my door that she could look in, and her perverted religious ass stood there and watched us have sex for I don't know how long. Yeah, that's what happened. She called me in there afterwards, and she was pissed off. She was like, what are you girls doing in there? I need to know the truth, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's none of your business, you know. Well, then she told me that she saw us and everything, and she separated us. She made me stay in my dad's room, and Carolyn had to stay in my room. And, like, the following morning, which we didn't get any sleep at all. We were scared to death. The following morning, we went to Carolyn's parents' house because she was going to tell them what happened and everything. And I remember going to her house, and me and Carolyn were holding hands, like, so tight. We didn't want to let each other go. We still do that. I mean, but, anyways, my grandma's pretty much slapping us in the face with the Bible, telling us we're going to hell, telling us all this stuff, and, her parents were just kind of quiet. Like, they didn't want their 16-year-old having sex, of course, but they didn't mind the homosexual activity. Like, they didn't care about all that. You know, they weren't really religious people, but, she definitely is. Anyways, she told us that we were never going to be able to see each other again. They were keeping us away from each other. And it was heartbreaking. I mean, we were bawling. It was such a sad day, and we had only been together a week at that time. So here we are, sneaking around each other, seeing each other behind their backs. Her parents even ordered, paid some detectives at one point to catch us. It was crazy. And my life in that house was complete and utter abuse. Physical abuse, emotional abuse. It was awful. My grandma called everybody that she knew, that I knew. She told them that I was gay. She outed me, completely outed me to everybody. She called my mom long distance and told my mom, do you know what your daughter's doing? She's sleeping with a girl, blah, blah, blah. And my mom's like, you called me long distance to tell me something that I already knew? Like, my mom knew I was gay before I even knew I was gay. Moms just know that kind of thing. My mom especially did. She has gay friends and all that. But anyways, my life in that house was terror. She even put me under this blanket at one time and held the blanket down, and I'm extremely claustrophobic. And she was holding it down, trying to make me reborn or some shit like that. She's a psycho. That lady seriously needs some help. Anyways, she sent me to a psychiatrist because I was gay, all this stuff. I mean, it was crazy. So yeah, that's how we were outed, as my grandma told everybody. But yeah, I mean, that was 13 years ago. We have come a long way since then. I ended up moving to Oregon because I had to get away from my grandma. My mom and my stepdad got a job up in Salem, Oregon, and we moved there. And anyways, I lived there for about a year. I lived there for 3 months first, and then Carolyn came all the way to Oregon to be with me once she turned 18, and she ended up finishing high school up there. But when I turned 18 the following June, my mom and stepdad were going to move to Idaho because we got another job, and we didn't want to move to Idaho. So we, my baby and I ended up coming back to Texas. And we came to this town that we live at now, and because her aunt and her cousins and all them live here, and they still do. Her aunt has passed away, but her cousins are actually, his kids are actually the ones I take care of during the week. But so yeah, we've definitely come a long way. I want to tell you that if you're a teenager and you're searching on YouTube for videos about coming out stories, trying to get some idea about what to do, I got news for you, kiddo. It's not as easy as said as done sometimes. It does get easier. Once you get that burden off of your shoulders, you feel much easier. You know, it's easier to deal with. But anyways, I would suggest you talk to people in your area, people that are close to you that may know, or that could help you. Get some advice, you know. Don't go committing suicide and stuff like some kids are doing. That's awful. It does get better. I'm living proof of that. I mean, my first year with Carolyn was hell, but we completely loved each other. We are soulmates. We are meant to be together. You know, but it was absolute hell because the people around us made it that way. So anyways, I hope you do find the hope that you need to continue living your life. It's really sad to see. I see it on Facebook all the time about kids committing suicide or something because they're homosexual, but it's definitely a loss. They could have been wonderful. You are a beautiful person, whether you are straight, gay, bisexual, transgender, lesbian, no matter what you are beautiful. And don't ever, ever forget that. I will raise my kids to be completely open to all kinds of different things and not be judgmental like my grandmother is. I still have not talked to my grandmother in 13 years. I don't have any desire to talk to her. She made her choice, and she says she has 2 grandchildren now. She's completely thrown me out. So I can't say that it doesn't hurt like it does, but if she's going to act like that, I don't need her in my life. I have finally decided I am going to keep all of the negative shit out of my life. I'm not going to do it anymore. You know, there are people who will come in and out of your life at all times. A few of them will stick around because they're meant to be in your life. The other ones are just passing by. You know? So don't let their negative energy or what they got to say put you down, because what they say don't even matter. They're going to pass on. They're going to move on. And you're going to be there with your loved ones that you love, that love you unconditionally. And that's what you need. Get out those negative people, and you will live a happy life. So I guess I need to end this video now. It has been about time. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's a little dramatic. Not for some people, but for me it was. I lived it. So anyway, that's my story. It's not the most glamorous coming out story, but it's my story. So I love you guys, and we will be doing another video maybe in about a week when I am on my day 1 of my cycle. So we'll see you then, okay, guys? Bye, YouTube.